Hello and thanks so much for taking the time to watch my video. This video is for anybody who is looking to start a business or who has already started a business and wants to make it grow quicker. If you've seen my other videos on my channel, you'll know I do lead generation. It's something I'm very good at, and if you keep listening, I can help you get leads for your business. I think we can all agree that without leads, without people to sell to, without people to go to, you have no business. So this is, in my opinion, the most important thing which you can do to obviously earn more money and to get your business started. It's going to be quite a short video. I'm just going to go over what I do to actually bring leads in and for various companies that I work for. Now, if you see my other videos, you'll know that some of the ways I get leads are using, if you like, direct methods. That's working market stalls, it's working stands in the street, and it's approaching people, talking to people and giving them leaflets. For me, this is the best way of getting leads for my companies that I work for. I'm talking to people directly, I'm handing them a leaflet and I'm trying to get their details. Now, the trouble with this method is that not everybody is like me. Not everybody can go up to people cold, if you like, and talk to people and, if you like, in the space of 10 seconds, try and win them over and obviously promote my business or the businesses that I'm working for and get their details. So I'm conscious of this because not everyone can do it. It's something that I've learned over a period of time, and it does take obviously time to master it, and it also takes perseverance. The other ways which I get leads for my business is leafleting. Now, I think with the internet, everyone's going internet crazy. Everyone's saying that everything's got to be done online, and that the old school methods of marketing, putting cards, leafleting, handing out leaflets, doesn't work. I can tell you this form of advertising, this form of lead generation, it still works today. It will never ever stop working. You've got to think about what you're doing. You're handing a leaflet to somebody with a service that you provide, and they have got information about what it is you have to offer. It's a numbers game. It will always work if you decide to put in the work, if you decide to deliver the leaflets or if you decide to hand them out, however it is that you go about doing this. Something else you can do is shop window cards. I've had some lovely jobs, some big jobs, £5,000-6,000 off of adverts in shop windows. Small cards in windows offering a service. I've had phone calls that have earned me a lot of money for an advert that's cost me 50p a week. So if you're into like building maintenance, gardening, roofing, or anything like that, any service-based industry, if you're not putting cards in shop windows in your local area, well, I don't know what, I just don't understand why not. You've got to remember as well, if you're putting cards in local shop windows, guess what? The people that are going to ring you, chances are, if they've got the same area code as you, they're going to ring you because you're local. And guess what? You've not got to travel far to work. I've spoken about it in other videos where people I know who I've got work for, they're travelling an hour and a half to get to work. Forget about how much it's costing them in diesel. You've got to be thinking about the time. Your time is money. So look to get leads locally. It's worth spending a little bit more if you can get local work. So this is a must. This is something I do. I don't generally travel more than about 5 hours from my house. Occasionally I will go to a market further afield simply because I know there's more footfall there and I can get more leads that way. Something else I do, which is a great way of getting business, is Facebook. Now everyone talks about advertising on Facebook and paid ads and obviously doing that. You can do that, but you need to remember you can create a page on Facebook for free. I'm not going to go into how you do that on this video. If you search YouTube, how to create a page for your business on Facebook. There's loads of people that have done videos on that, yeah? It does work, yeah? Again, get people in your family that obviously care about you. Get them to share your page. Get them to like your page. Get them, put pictures of your work on your page. All this will work for you if you do it. Something else I do, which is a great way of getting money, a great way of earning more money. It's something which is free, and that is Google Maps. If you're not advertising your business on Google Maps, you are leaving money on the table. Again, I have had some big jobs come in off of Google Maps, just where people have seen my listing, my free listing on Google Maps. They have clicked, gone through to my website, phoned me, left an email, left a lot of contact, and I've earned big money from a free listing. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. It's free. All it took me was time. Obviously I needed a website, but what you can do, again, you can actually link, if you haven't got the money to spend out on a website, because not everyone's got money, not everyone's got loads of money, especially if it's a new business. But what you can do is link your Google Maps advert to your Facebook page. Yeah, it's free. So, you know what I mean? Why aren't we doing it? It's free. Yeah, you've obviously got then the obvious ones. A sign on your van. If you haven't got a sign on your van, on your car, on your wife's car, on your mother-in-law's car, anyone's car in your family that lets you put a magnetic sign on it, put a sign on it. Yeah, builders boards. If you're a builder, if you're going on jobs and you ain't leaving boards on jobs, you're leaving money on the table. Yeah, not only are you getting your name out there and you're going to get a potential phone call, but people are seeing your work. If you're a block paver, a landscaper, and you've done a lovely job and you ain't putting a board up, you really are leaving money on the table. Yeah. Branded clothing. Yeah. Again, this is something that costs a bit of money, but it don't cost you a lot of money. You can get branded clothing. It might be that you're a builder, you're a renderer. You can get something branded on your clothing with a number and a website on eBay for about £15, £18 for a sweatshirt. Yeah? It's the price of a takeaway. And guess what? One day you could be walking around Morrison's, walking around your local supermarket with your thing across your sweatshirt, and a guy happens to notice you're a builder, and he asks you for a card, and then you end up getting a 20 grand extension out of it. What are we doing? What are you doing if you ain't doing this? Yeah, you're leaving money on the table. Yeah, why do these big firms, these big window companies, these big home improvement companies, why are they spending hundreds of pounds on getting to the top of these searches and spending hundreds of pounds on TV adverts? It's because they're spending little, but they're bringing in lots. We need to start thinking like the big companies do. Yeah? We need to start thinking like the big companies do. We need to start placing little adverts, yeah, that bring us in big sums of money. Yeah? I can think back years ago, I'm going back 15 years ago when I bought a bungalow. And I decided that we were going to have a loft extension, and I decided that we were also going to have an extension put on our bungalow. Now, I didn't really know anybody in my local area. I picked up my local paper, I was going through it, and there was a very small lineage ad. It was probably like, I know because I put my own ads in, it probably cost a guy £12, £15 a week for that advert. Well, guess what? He got a £30,000 job off of that advert because he come round and he done my extension for me and he done my loft conversion for me. So don't let these negative people tell you that advertising don't work, because it does. Yeah, I ain't saying go and spend £500, £600 a year in these volumes, these I ain't going to mention no names. I'm on about small strategic adverts in your local area. Around here where I live, I've got a post office. I've got adverts in there for building. I've got adverts in there for plastering. I've got adverts in there for roof conversions. I've got adverts in there for all the people that I work for. Yeah? And all them adverts have got my number on it. All I'm doing, I'm duplicating, I'm multiplying the people that I work for. This is what I do. This isn't what you've got to do if you're a builder or a plasterer, obviously you want your local, you want your work, yeah. But in saying that, if you're down your local pub and you know a plasterer, you know a bricklayer, you know a plumber, why don't you all get together and create some sort of flyer that you all hand to your customers when you're on jobs, all with your own little independent names and number on it? I'm telling you, it works, and it's very, very small money. Yeah, it's very, very small money, right? The trouble is, a lot of people, they will spend loads of money on an expensive website, and everyone thinks, oh, you know, this website, it's all singing, all dancing. It's got, you know, it's got video, it's got things flashing, it's got, you know, it looks the absolute, you know, it looks brilliant. But guess what? You'd been better off having one done that was a little bit, you know, just a decent site, a decent landing page, and then spending some money on advertising your website, advertising it on Facebook, on paid ads, advertising it on Google Maps. Google Maps, you can get your free listing, but they also have a side where you can actually pay for clicks to your website. So it might be that you decide to put a 30, £40 budget on your Google Maps advertising campaign, and then your business keeps coming up and people click on it and they go through to your site. It might, depending on what you do, it might be that it costs you like £1 a click or £1.50 a click. But if your average order value is £3,000, £4,000, £5,000, why are you worrying about paying £1.50 a click? It's a no-brainer. It works. I've done it. It definitely works. Yeah. So I hope this has motivated you to believe that you can get leads. Yeah. Something else you can do is employ someone like me. Employ a canvasser. If you can find somebody that can generate leads for you, and you offer them a percentage of the job. Yeah. I'm not looking for no more work, so that ain't why I've mentioned that. But there are people, obviously, in your local area who would be happy to do that for a commission. Yeah. There's loads of ways of generating inquiries. Yeah, even in a recession. You know, when people talk about, oh, we're in a recession and things ain't, you know, things are not as good as what they were. Do you think people really stop having work done just because we're in a recession? Somebody buys a house and it needs a new roof. Are they not going to put a new roof on it because we're in a recession? It doesn't work like that. All that happens is that when bad times come, yeah, when the cloud comes over us, that is the time, well, before, when we see that cloud coming, then is the time to start thinking about lead generation. Yeah, we've got to start doing what the big companies do. You've got to start thinking outside the box. I know someone close to me. He's a painter and decorator. He decided to go on his own, and if he was here now, he'd tell you the same story. Him and his wife and his son, they went out one day, you know, for a couple of days, just putting leaflets out, through doors, advertising what he'd done. He's never looked back. He's never looked back. Yeah. And if you do it and you don't get a response right away, guess what? Keep on doing it. Because if you put a leaflet through a day, if you put an advert in a shop window a day for 10 weeks, yeah, I done one the other day. I stuck it in there for 10 weeks, cost me a fiver. £5. I might get a lead off it, I might not. But if I do get a lead off it, it was for like roofs and building work. It could be like 5, 6, could be, I had a deal the other day sold for just under 11 grand. It was worth a lot of money to me. So, you know, is it worth sowing these little seeds, do you think, to actually get back, big sums of money? I'm into lead generation and I only get a small percentage of the contract. If it's your company and you can go and generate leads for your business, then it makes even more sense because all that profit in that job is going to go to you. So you've got to start spending money on. You've got to start spending money. Leaflets, that sort of thing, small scale. Get a decent site, like a site built with like 2 or 3 pages, advertising your company, and obviously start promoting your site yourself. Get you and your family, and obviously do it in your local area. But once you start getting some money coming in, once you start getting like a £2 grand job here and a £3 grand job here, and you start looking at the profit you're earning, start spending some money on Facebook advertising. Start boosting obviously once you've created your page, you can actually boost your page. It might be that you boost your page to 2,000 people in your geographic area, and it might cost you, I don't know, £10. But think about what I've just said. You're boosting your post in your local area. Yeah? With Facebook, you can actually boost to your local area. You can even pick the age of the people that you're advertising to. So if you know that the average person who's going to be buying your home improvement is aged between 25 and 50 or 60, because the chances are they're going to be a homeowner, then you aim your advert at a geographic location, and also you point it at the right demographics for whatever it is you sell. Yeah, it might be that you're a lady and you make fairy cakes, in which case you're going to be aiming it at people like females who are probably 25 to 40, or to people whoever you think likes fairy cakes. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Excuse my terminology; it's the way I am. But that's what I call it. It's a no-brainer. You're spending little money to get back potentially a big reward. It's what all the big companies do. Yeah, the big companies, they will spend 80, £90 to obtain an inquiry from a canvasser like me, because they know if they go on 3 appointments, they're going to sell one deal, and the average deal's worth £4 to them. So again, for them, they're laying out £70 a lead, they're laying out £210 to get back £4 grand. They'll pay £70, £80 a lead all day, because they know that they can't lose. Yeah, they can't lose, because they're laying out small money for potentially big reward. Yeah. Now, I ain't saying to you with a new business to start going out and paying 70, 80, £90 a lead. But what you can start doing is using some of the cheaper strategies that I've mentioned, some of the free strategies that I've mentioned, to start your business, growing. You know what I mean? Branded clothing. If you've got a bit of money and you can afford 3 or 4 sweatshirts, or give one to your brother-in-law, give one to your father-in-law, give one. So obviously when they're out, oh, what's that about? You're a plasterer, and then they say, oh no, I'm not a plasterer, but my son-in-law is. Here's his card. It's all about networking. It's all about building your links. Yeah. Just like on the internet, they talk about building links to other sites, and one site links to another site, and another site links to your site, and then you link them back in return. Well, this is what you've got to start doing with people, with other builders that you're friends with, other people that can do different jobs that are in the same line of work as you. Not that are actually doing what you do, because obviously you could potentially lose your inquiry, and you don't want to do that. But if you're a plumber, perhaps get into partnership with an electrician, a builder, a wall tiler. Get into, talk to people and let people know that you're open to helping each other. Because this is what it's all about. Business is all about knowing the right people, and getting leads. Yeah, getting leads. If you can master this lead generation strategy, if you can master this, this thing, right, then your business can only go forward. Yeah, it can only go forward, assuming you've got the right people, on board that can do the work for you. Yeah, I hope this has helped. I hope this has helped you with your, obviously your, with your business. It's very easy when you've got a small business to, feel despondent, especially if you're not into marketing and you've not perhaps got the knowledge or the, or even the willpower or the mindset, because not everyone can do it. But quite a lot of the things that I've been talking about, you actually haven't got to approach anyone. It's like you can do it. You can place a small advert and you can bring the leads in that way. Yeah, and it does work. It does work. Yeah, there's a company out in America. I can't think what they're called off the top of my head. But this company, all they do is generate leads for other companies. Yeah, and they make millions out of it. Yeah. One thing while I'm on it, it's just made me trigger my mind. That's the other thing you can do. You've probably already thought about that anyway, but there's going to be search engines that obviously can actually sell you leads. But be careful of that, because a lot of these leads that you're given, they've already been sold to another 4 or 5 people. So if you go round there and you're the fourth or the fifth person through the door, and that person still hasn't bought, chances are they're buying on price. And you don't want to get into a battle on price, because we need to, as business people, we need to make sure that we are getting the right price for the job, because if you're not, that carries all sorts of other problems, which I'm guessing if you've been in business for a while, you're already aware of it anyway. Yeah, far better to get a lead yourself and you be the first person through the door. They've not had any other quotes, but they're keen to get the job done, and you come to a good price for them and you get a deal. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Don't get into a battle with people. Don't get into, I did it once. I used to sell windows years ago. And I remember walking in there and I asked them where they got the lead from, how they came to contact the company I was working for. And it was an internet lead. They've had like 6 people around their house, to buy a set of French doors. And straight away, even though I'm not a pessimistic, I still in the back of my mind thought, they've had like 6 people in their house and they've still not bought. You know what I mean? These people want it for nothing. You don't want to be in that house. I immediately told myself, even though perhaps like looking back on it, I shouldn't have said that to myself, but I immediately thought, I'm in the wrong house here. These people are just buying on price. And the company I was working for at the time, I'm not going to mention them, but their product was dear. So, you know what I mean? You're fighting a losing battle. If I'm £2,000 and they want to spend 1,000 and they've had 5 or 6 quotes, it's very difficult to get a deal. Anyway, I've digressed a bit from what this video is about. And that is making you more money, getting you more leads. Yeah. Please subscribe to my channel. My channel, I've got a lot of videos on personal development. Making yourself feel bigger, making yourself feel stronger, helping you to move forward. I've also got quite a lot of helpful videos on sales. I've been in sales literally for over 25 years. There ain't nothing. I ain't going to say I'm the greatest salesman. I can sell, and I have sold for quite a lot of firms. But I am very good at canvassing, and I am very good at marketing. And if you need inspiration, if you need a little bit of guidance, then perhaps you should consider subscribing, because I really do know a lot know a lot about marketing anyway. Yeah. Please subscribe. My channel is called Colin Talks, colintalks.co.uk. Please subscribe. Please leave a message. Any comment, I'll always respond to it. As long as it's a constructive comment, I'll always answer. Please, if you can, give this video a thumbs up. Obviously give me a like. But most of all, I'd really appreciate, I know I've asked, but I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. It would really help me out. Thank you so much, and I hope that whatever stage of your business you're in, if you've started it or if you've been involved in it, or if you're just starting it, I generally wish you every success. Thank you.